Hi, this is Brian Kim. I want to share with you case number 112 in the best way to do cataract surgery series. This is a 3 plus dense lens with a big pupil. You're going to see systematic lens disassembly using double chop, cross chop, and mechanical fracturing techniques, and seeing how I'm able to disassemble this lens using mechanical forces, not using ultrasonic energy, by sculpting and trying to grab lens pieces. As a result, I'm able to have clearer corneas post-op day one, and in my opinion, this is why this is the best way to do cataract surgery. So I use a cotton tip to steady the eye, and I'm using a corneal marker which will help me to center and size my rhexis. I'm holding the eye with a cotton tip and make my paracentesis incision, first on the right side and then the left side. I inject intracameral lidocaine and then some dispersive viscoelastic. And this is the triplanar corneal incision. I make a vertical groove, place the blade into the deep part of the groove, tunnel, control the eye with the cannula, and then I enter. This is my puncture style Capsulorhexis. I puncture with the forceps, pull down towards me, grab the right side of the tear to create a flap, going around circumferentially. You can see I'm having a little bit of trouble with the teeth of the forceps. Again, this is a video I did way back, and that is because there's a little rubber thing that was holding the teeth from opening too far, and so that was the problem with that. And so I've since resolved that with that forceps. And this is the Capsulorhexis hydrodissection technique. I place a cannula under the rhexis edge contra-incisionally, get a nice wave. In this case, there was a little bit of a bubble. I'm able to decompress on the left side and then spin the lens on the right side, hooking the peripheral lens. Irrigate the surface of the cornea. Lift the incision with the chopper, go in with irrigation off, activate irrigation, removing the surface epinuclear material, placing the chopper around the contralateral lens, pointing to phaco-tip vertically subincisionally, bringing the instruments together, grabbing the girth of the lens, crushing it in half. That's double chop, placing the chopper around the right heminucleus, pulling it centrally toward the phaco-tip, crushing the right heminucleus, and that is cross chop. Using a little bit of vacuum to grab that first quadrant, carefully lifting it up, sandwiching and crushing the lens with the two instruments, and then emulsifying the lens piece. Placing the chopper around the second quadrant, pulling it towards the phaco-tip, crushing it, and then dividing the lens pieces. Try to use a little vacuum to grab that fragment, didn't want to come, and then place the chopper around it, kind of loosen that piece, and then it came out, and then I emulsified it. Turning the second heminucleus in front of me, placing the chopper around the lens, pulling it towards the phaco-tip, which is deep in the bag, dividing that piece, grabbing the third quadrant with some vacuum, and then crushing the lens pieces between the instruments, doing this in a successive manner, and once the pieces are small enough, I emulsify the lens piece. You can see there's quite a bit of density to this lens. So again, using the chopper to manipulate those lens pieces, loosening them up out of the bag, and then just crushing the lens pieces with mechanical forces. Placing the chopper around the last quadrant, loosening it up, using some vacuum to grab the piece, crushing the lens between the instruments, and then emulsifying the lens piece. So now the endonucleus has been removed. Grab the anterior part of the epinucleus and it starts to tumble out. keeping the chopper deep to protect the posterior capsule. So I take the chopper out, push PSS in, take the phaco tip out, and I go in with the INA handpiece. Start sub-incisionally, removing the cortex from anterior to posterior, peeling it cleanly. Sweeping side to side to loosen it up a little bit. And that sweeping side to side motion is really nice. You just have to grab the cortex with some vacuum and then just gently tease it side to side. It's very safe and friendly on the zonules. Switch to polish mode and polishing under the rhexis edge, removing any remaining cortex and polishing off the lens epithelial cells. Polishing the posterior capsule as well. I always look for a subincisional cortex because sometimes there's some stuff they're hiding. Pulsing the subincisional capsule fornix. Filling the capsular bag with cohesive viscoelastic. And then sweeping under the rhexis edge. Yeah, this is a big eye, big bag. Put a lot of viscoelastic in it. Polishing on the left side and then the right side here. You can see how much it cleans underneath the anterior capsule surface there of the lens epithelial cells. Inject the single piece acrylic lens into the capsular bag. Go in with the INA handpiece, irrigation off, activating irrigation, disengaging the haptics off the optic. Go underneath the optic, tilting it and rotating it 90 degrees clockwise, removing the viscoelastic from within the bag. You can see how big this bag is. Polishing underneath the rhexis edge, rotating the lens a little bit. Tapping the lens a little bit. And then switching to visco mode, removing the viscoelastic from within the anterior chamber. And then I'll hydrate my incision. So you can see a nice clear cornea, well-centered and sized rhexis, good overlap of the lens. Perform double chop, cross chop mechanical fracturing techniques. This is a 3+, pretty dense lens. You can see the whitening of the lens during the fracturing maneuver. And that's the beauty of double chop and cross chop. You can actually feel the chopping when you're grabbing the lens. If you don't feel the thickness of the lens between the instruments, then you're not doing the technique right. And the first time you do this, it's kind of like a light bulb went off. You're like, oh, wow, that was really pretty easy. And there shouldn't be any translational movement to the lens. It shouldn't push down on the zonules, push down on the capsule, or anything like that. When you get the chopper around the lens and then you rotate the phaco tip vertically and you're getting around the lens subincisionally, you're literally grabbing the lens just like if you were grabbing a piece of food with your chopsticks. I mean, it's right between the two instruments. And then you just crush it, and you can feel the density as you're crushing it. And so that's the beauty of this technique. Very zonule friendly, minimal ultrasonic energy, and really clearly post-op day one clear corneas. I can tell you without a doubt, you have clear corneas with this technique compared to traditional techniques. And again, this is why I think this is the best way to do cataract surgery. I hope this was helpful to you, and I thank you for your attention.